Hey fellas, I thought I'd take a minute and I haven't showed very much of my wiring, uh, but this is the factory wire that used to run up through there on the E450. I drilled a few holes, and those are actually the mounts right there from the factory harness. I went ahead and made me a little bracket there, bolted it up into the bottom of the frame, hold the wire up above the cross member, and mounted the wire all the way across. And I've done something a little different. I don't know how everybody else is doing it, but sorry about that. It's hard to do under the truck. So I mounted 2 distribution blocks for my main power. It all branches off there, come down to the ground. The ground is all got its own ground to everything. Ground to the motor, ground to the power steering, ground to the harness, and then the power is the same way. It's power to the alternator, or well, from the alternator, I guess, but power to the harness at the top up here, right there. Alternator comes in right up there at the top too. Power steering goes out, power to the harness, and this one here is power to the starter. Brought that all the way back. I wrapped it in some fiberglass stuff because the exhaust is going to be right here. I did break down today and order some headers for this thing. I wasn't going to, but I couldn't help myself. I want to do the exhaust on it one time. Sorry, I'm a little shaky. Hopefully the camera will take care of most of that. So I've got some more of those mounts up in there. You can see the bolt that mounts it, and I've got some heat resistant zip ties coming to replace just the regular black nylon ties. But you can see there's a lot of stuff that's went on. My battery is actually mounted in the first compartment back here. It's behind. It's in the first section of the bed. Move my light here. Once the exhaust actually ends right here at this cross member, and will come over in the middle near the drive shaft. There you can see what it looks like. That's where it'll be entering. So I ran that back. This black stuff, I found this stuff, of course, on Amazon. They actually show it running a torch on top of it, and the wire doesn't even get warm inside of it. So I think I'll be okay. This is the second time I've done the wiring under here. I got another video I haven't posted quite yet. If you see it, you'll see why. I had a fuse block mounted here in those holes. The 250 amp fuse, and the starter didn't appreciate it. So as soon as the motor bucked the starter just a little bit, it popped that fuse, and this thing's going to be so low it'll be impossible to change. I was going to put a circuit breaker in it, and I still can. There's a few things I might change up front. The biggest thing is to make sure that the wire can't get pinched. Protect the wire really well. It's everything shielded and guarded for the wiring. And all of it wraps down around the frame that doesn't touch. And you can see, sorry, I'm making a shadow there. Hard to do under here. There's my battery box. I mounted it. It's just at the bottom of the bed. The bed is up right now. All the wiring goes around and through, and it's all tied up nice and protected. So I think I'll be okay. This has been a heck of a job under here, drilling and tapping all the holes in the frame. There's the frame ground. I went ahead and tapped it into the frame. I've still got a body ground left to do. I want to ground the body, the main cab at least, to the frame. I'll probably do that over on the other side, something short and easy. This side has gotten pretty complicated, so Well, let me get out of here and I'll show you my battery box mount. And it's the original factory battery tray, so no sense in reinventing the wheel. All right, let me crawl out of here and I'll show you that. As you can see, the exhaust is laying there too. It hangs right on the factory IRS mounts. And here's the original battery box or battery tray from out from under the hood. I done some of those nutserts, put them in the frame, drilled an extra hole in this one and nutserted it in. This one was a little too low. I actually added a bracket at the bottom to support that. So here's my little bitty battery. It's a tiny little fella, but my cable's set on nice and neat. I've got 2 inches of clearance above the battery, above here for the bed. This actually sets, you can see up there about 2 inches. There's a 2-inch lip there between that and the other piece. Everything clears nice. I never really went much over finishing the brake cables. They're all finished and mounted. I got all those done. The brake lines are fully finished. I've got, I'm sure you've seen the airbags back there holding the bed up. Got it done. Let's see, what else have I been working on? I've been working on inside the truck. I've been working on the inside here just a little bit. I did get my steering wheel finally. It's just one to use. It'll make do for what I'm doing. It does match the seats and it'll match some other stuff by the time I'm done painting and carrying on. So there's the pedal hooked up. I got some of the wiring just capped off. These two is the one that actually starts the truck. You give power to the yellow one, and the green one is the green with white is the request to start. I've got the factory emergency brake cable hooked up, and back in there is the hydraulic brake booster. I've got it mounted, it's all plumbed in. Got the harness run through with some grommets in the firewall. Out under the hood, I've been working on stuff out here. Got all the harnesses completely on the motor except for the mass airflow sensor is the only thing that's not hooked up. I got all the coils, spark plugs are back in, all the harnesses in. I got all of that taken care of. Here's my wire coming off of my starter, and I actually used most of the wire from the E450 stuff. It was plenty of it, and the way I done it, it worked really well. It's all mounted through the fender well with the zip tie mount, flat base Christmas tree looking things. That all runs down into my fuse block down in there. I've got the main harness down in there hooked to the power steering. I still need to mount the power steering wire, get it tied up, make sure it can't go nowhere. But I took this harness I bought the harness from Swap the Universe there from Mars. I completely took their harness completely back apart. I didn't like a few things that I found on it. Over on the pigtail where it mounts, I did mount the ECU is mounted through the firewall and sticks out into the dash inside. This harness was an absolute mess. It had this one little blue wire was pulled banjo tight, and that is one of them that goes inside the cab, so it didn't have a connector on it. So I pulled all of their wrap off, all their tape, all their split loom, took all that stuff off and relieved all the pressure on these wires. If you buy one of their harnesses, I suggest you check that. And I did wire this to the E450 cab and chassis harness, which I had to take apart too here and rewrap all of it to get enough room for this to go where I wanted to put the computer. I mean, I could have set it over on the fender well, but I didn't want it there. So I've worked on that. I did pick up some Holley fuel rails for the factory injectors. Made the crossover pipe today. It goes through and under the intake to the other side. The ECU, I've still got to mount that. I've got a trim ring here. Like, I just 3D printed one for a trial. Made that one there the first time just to see if that was going to work. You can see the trim ring there. It's just enough to cover up the hole. I figure I'll put some of that thick, like 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch thick foam underneath that, and then I'll mount the ECU where it pushes into the dash and fastens down nice and tight to keep that sealed up. I did cut up the factory radiator hose on the bottom. I cut it up. It was able to, with the T that comes factory in the line, I was able to make the line, the bottom hose all work. I've just got to connect the coolant line right there back to the T, which will take a small piece of heater hose. I did get the radiator out, got it mounted. The radiator, I am going to use the factory fan. I don't know if you can tell in the video, but that fan is about 3 inches shorter than it used to be. I cut the fan blades off with a jigsaw, and then I chucked that up in the lathe and turned everything back around in the lathe. So that was interesting, but it did come out really good, and it feels really good. All we got left now is on the radiator. I need to get a top hose created for that, and it looks like I'm going to have to use a fitting. I ain't seen anything that I really like as far as hoses. When you put this, when you put that god-awful intake on it, I absolutely hate that thing. It's calibrated to it, so I've got to run it until I get a tune to where I can get it to a tuner. But I think that is absolutely jibangus for this little truck. I absolutely hate it. I'm not a fan of the cotton cone filters anyway, and I've just always seen dirt in the intake with using a cotton filter. I haven't been a fan of them for 15, 20 years now in my old 7.3. So, but anyway, it's coming along. I've got a lot of stuff done. I did get the big brake kit put on. That's the Range Industries extension kit with the new factory calipers and a 2012 GT500 rotor, which is 14 inches in diameter. Got that put on the other day. Got just a little bit left, and see, I'll show you inside on this side. Here's the beds all tipped up, and it is completely full of wiring, harness, plug-ins. It's a mess. I've been cleaning for an hour just to get where I can find all my tools again. So inside here in the glove box, there's the ECU sitting there. I've got to make an L bracket to mount that up there on the firewall and get that done. So, well, it's a quick update of everything that I've had going on. I do have the fuel cell for it. The fuel cell is going under the floorboard on that side of the truck. It'll hold around 9 gallons. Let me show you that real quick. I don't have the tank here, but I can put a picture in of it. I've got it out, finished welding it. So my filler neck will be used in the cab right here. It'll run down through the cab and into this hole where the new tank will come up through. So I had a hard time marking and measuring to get the mounts on this tank. So I drilled some random holes through the floorboard. Not quite random, but they're not exactly even or spaced either, because the floor pan underneath is is random. So, but I got 6 holes that will take 6 3/8 bolts with standoffs above the tank. When you see a picture of the tank, you'll understand what I done. And I've got it set up now that when I get the tank back from welding, I am no aluminum welder, so I had a buddy of mine weld it up for me. So when I get the tank back from him, I'll mark those holes back onto the tank, hold it up in the truck, and mark those holes and drill and tap them to match the holes that's in the truck. So it was quite a lengthy process to get that figured out. The tank is kind of odd shaped, but it looks like it's going to work really well. I can't wait to get the fuel pump in it. I went ahead and the wife got me the fuel pump for Father's Day. I bought the Aeromotive pump there with the C-ring and the one you cut down, and it comes with the foam baffle inside, so we didn't have to put nothing inside the tank. It's preset to 60 pounds, and I did run it as a non-return pump because it returns right into the tank, through this little guy right here with the pressure regulator. It's preset to 60 pounds, so we're going to try that, see how it goes. And they don't have to have a return system that way. It does have a return. It's just inside the tank, so hopefully that'll work out really well. So we'll see. But anyway, that's about all I got for today. I just wanted to put a video together real quick on what I was doing. And the plan also on this tank, you see the picture in there, is there is a additional tank going on the passenger side in the same location. It'll be the same tank with a crossover line across the bottom and a vent line across the top. And I'll probably explain that a little further in details later. But that's where I am. I appreciate you guys watching. If you like what's going on, if you don't like what's going on, tell me about it. Maybe I missed something. So, all right, we'll catch you guys later. Maybe we'll get some more how-to stuff on this thing when it comes a little closer. Catch you later.